What's going on, guys? Tuo Cruz here, checking in at Shin Osaka Station in Osaka, Japan. Me and my wife are just finishing up a nice long 4-day bicycle tour here. We started in our home in Nagoya, rode over to Kyoto, rode around there for a day, and then rode down to Osaka. We both had to come here to renew our passports, and now we're heading back towards our home in Nagoya. We're actually going to be taking the bullet train back, and we've been getting some comments in our videos asking, is it okay to bring bikes on trains in Japan? And so since today we're riding back on the train, we're bringing our bikes on the train, we thought we'd talk about that in today's video. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, here's our bicycle setup. So here's my bike, my Planet X cyclocross bike with road tires. We've got a nice giant top tube bag and a giant restrap saddle bag here. And we've got my wife here, Chun-chan. Otsukaresama desu. Chun-chan no jitensha wa ne. We've got the giant, and we've got this old school giant frame bag here, as well as the giant top tube bag. And we're actually gonna see if Chung remembers how to put her bike in the bag. So we use what's called a Rinko bag. It's actually in my saddlebag, so let's take that out real quick. The saddlebag is really easy to use, really great. Just pull it out, and the harness is separate. Nice, simple, easy to use. Omoi. Alright, so let's get the Rinko bag out of here. Another tip, when you're at the station, try and find an area that's nice and wide and open. You don't want to be in one of the busy areas where lots of people are walking through. You don't want to cause trouble for anyone. So we found a nice empty space for us to put our bikes together. That way we're not bothering anyone, and the station attendants won't give you any trouble. So these are called Rinko bags. These are the bags that you put your bicycle in to bring them on trains or buses in Japan. They normally cost about 3,000 to 5,000 yen a pop. This one's a lot bigger, a bit thicker, and this one's a bit smaller, so it fits my wife's bike. So first we're going to test and see if my wife can remember to do this. She'll be our model-san. Moreru-san, onegai shimasu. Yarigata oboiteru? So first you want to get your bag open. Make sure you have the direction on the right side, the zipper that opens. This is obviously the wheel side, and depending on the bag you have to take off both of your wheels, but for ours we only need to take off the front wheel. It's a bit easier to manage. So open up the zipper, and next you want to take off your wheel. She just learned how to do this. 上手. And it's best to take off your quick release skewer so it doesn't take up any extra width on the bike bag. Wheel off. And normally you also want to take off your pedals as well, but we didn't bring any tools to take off our pedals, so it's alright if you don't have it, but it's generally better to have your pedals off as well. 次は? So first put it over your front end, and you want to tilt your bars to the side so that it takes up some less space. Just like that. Put the front cover over. This can be a bit tricky your first time doing it. She struggled the first time, but fortunately during this trip we've had a lot of practice. It looks like she's still struggling a little bit. The important thing is you want to get the top corner at the very end, the very top, the very furthest most point of your bike. So you want this point to be touching there. And it might require a bit of maneuvering to get your bike in place. Alright, here we go. So maybe a bit easier if you stand your bike up vertically. Here we go, we got our top corner up here. Pushing this down here. Also probably another good idea to get a plug for your frame. Lots of good ideas, but things that we don't actually do. But you should do. Alright, the front end is all set. Oh, ii pose da ne. じゃあ次は So next we need to get the bottom part of the bike where it needs to go. Pull the bag together, and last we just gotta zip it together. おおできた。大変そうだね。
いや、これ2回目かな。
2回目。
自分で。
あとは何か忘れてるんじゃない？
タイヤ。
ホイール。So one last thing we need to do, we need to bring our bike in here. Again, probably it's best not to put it on the drive side of the bike so that you can protect your wheels, but we can lock it in place with the handlebar in here. So let's pop that in. So we've got our wheel in here, and if you really want to protect your bike, you could get some sort of zipped or some sort of bungee cord to lock your wheel in place so that it's not moving. But you can see it's not affecting our drive chain right now, and yeah, if you lock this in place, you can really protect everything. But we don't do everything exactly 100% as you should do it, but we'll leave that advice for you so you can choose what you want to do. Another thing here with the saddle, this is kind of a gray zone area in Japan. If you're in an area with a really strict train attendant, they might tell you you need to remove your saddle because technically nothing can be poking out of the bag. This has never happened to me. I've never been called out on it in all the times I've brought my bike on a train here in Japan. But I really hope it doesn't happen because it's a pain in the butt to get that pulled out. But anyway, let's get my bike in the bag as well. If you've got a larger bag style like mine, which has the zipper up here that lets you go in, it's a good idea to pop your wheel inside your handlebars like this, so when your handlebars fold over, it can lock the wheel in place. And again, you want to have your quick release off your wheel so that it's not jabbing into your bike or into the side of the bag. You generally want to have your pedals out as well, but unfortunately we're just going with ours inside for today. Alright, and we zip up and we're good to go. I'm gonna try and leave my harness on for now, and hopefully they don't give me any crap about that. As for holding your bike and walking with it, one way that I do it is I leave a little bit of a sliver of my bag open, and I can grab onto the frame like this and just hold it like this. Another good idea is you can get some sort of bungee cord, pop it in here. You'll notice that there's another hole here. And so you can wrap the bungee cord around 2 points on your bike, and you can make a shoulder strap and walk with your bike like that. Again, that's the smart way to do it. We don't exactly do the smart way. Alright, bags all packed, ready to go, pretty heavy, but first let's go get our tickets and get on the train.
Bye. Osaka.
So we rushed on the train, and one quick piece of advice: if you're on the Shinkansen here, you want to try and get on the back space here because that's where you can put your bike. But unfortunately, if you have two bikes like us, you're going to struggle to find another spot, so we're going to try and find somewhere else to put this one. We might have to put it in a different train. So some good luck for us. Apparently this door is not opening until we get to Nagoya, which is where we need to go. So the train staff said we can place our bike over there along with this other baby stroller. Anyway, hope you guys found this video useful, and if you're ever in Japan on a Shinkansen, just know you can bring your bikes on here. It's a bit of an adventure, it's a bit of a struggle, but you can do it. And you can bring them on most trains in Japan as well. Just avoid rush hour. If you're not there when too many people are there, they usually don't give you too much hassle, but if you try doing it during rush hour or on certain train lines, they might not be accepted. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on Two Wheel Cruise.